guys, welcome on in. What can I get started for you? That's usually what I say every morning at Starbucks when I open. And then when I'm at Disneyland, I go, "Hi, everybody! Welcome aboard the world's famous Jungle Cruise. I'm Skipper Danielle, and I'll be with you guys for about as far as we get." I'm Danielle Camry, and I work two jobs. I work Starbucks in the morning and Disneyland at night. And in my in-between time is when I am able to do all my homework, catch up on sleep, eat a little bit, and just figure my life out. It sounds like a lot, I know, but I've found a little equilibrium. So I have things in a set schedule. I'm pretty organized with when things need to get done, where I need to be when, and how I'm going to handle everything. And I know that's a big struggle for a lot of us college students, is finding that balance and limiting our stressors. So my friends and I today are going to be talking about the different ways that you guys can also be less stressed out. We're going to go over some things to help you guys help manage your stressors, and find ways to deal with them. But the first thing we want you guys to understand is the difference between chronic stress and acute stress. So chronic stress is more long-term. For example, if you're on the road and you get a flat tire, you think about everything. You're going to be late to wherever you're going. You have to get your car towed. You have to get the tire replaced, and you have to buy a new tire. And if you use your spare tire, then you have to handle all that. All these things are long-term stressors, which is chronic stress. Then we have acute stress. Acute stress is more short-term. So if you go to Target and you forget your wallet, you're like, oh shoot, did I leave it at home? Did I leave it in the car? It's short-term stress because then you go in your car and you find your wallet. You're stressed out for a short period of time. So that's acute stress and chronic stress. So my friends and I, now that you understand the difference between acute and a chronic stress, we want to go into depth on a few other topics so you guys can better understand how to handle your stressors and things you guys can do to be less stressed out, as well as some time management skills which go hand in hand with stress. So Alex will be going over the role of regular exercise and how exercising regularly can help benefit you. Brittany will be emphasizing how proper nutrition can affect our brains in a good way. Flora will be going over time management and how prioritizing tasks and assignments efficiently can help you be less stressed out. Sierra will make it clear as to why we need sleep and how sleep is a necessity and something that we shouldn't skip out on. Ethan will inspire us to take some time away from the rest of the world and spend some time with our family and friends to rejuvenate. And in conclusion, C would be going over pretty much our whole presentation, wrapping the lecture up, and sharing some of her personal experiences to help you guys better understand us and understand where we're coming from and how you guys can be helped out and benefited by this speech with your time management and less stress. Take it away, Alex.
Thank you for the introduction, Danielle. My name is Alex Himbicki, and I'm here to tell you why it's important for you to get out there and start sweating. Often you will hear people say that they're too busy to exercise. Between the demands of life, it can be especially hard for a student to find the time to get a good workout in. I know personally, as a stay-at-home mom and a full-time student, this can be the case. So what is it about exercise that makes you more focused, receptive, and collected? First off, working out produces endorphins, which is your brain's feel-good neurotransmitters according to the Mayo Clinic. This can be accomplished through practicing yoga. Yoga is stretching and strength training using your body weight. It incorporates mindful meditation and mindful breathing. Aerobic exercises also accomplish this. Pretty much anything that gets your heart rate up, like a game of basketball, soccer, or tennis, is going to start producing endorphins in your body. Now, I would like to show you a demonstration that involves strength training using my own body weight as well as mindful breathing to ensure that I am oxygenating my muscles, which will endorse a faster recovery and minimize any fatigue. This is sun salutation. You will first start at the center of your body and bring your arms up. Fold down, half rise, and back down. Sun salutation has been shown to reduce stress levels in students according to yogajournal.com. It is a moving meditation that lengthens and strengthens your muscles. From downward dog, bend your knees and hop up. Sun salutation is a workout in and of itself, and it hits all the major muscles of the body. You're going to bring your arms up, center, and that is sun salutation. Finally, I'm sure you're wondering where to start if you've led a sedentary life up until this point. I'm here to tell you it's okay to walk before you run. Set realistic goals and stick with them. Schedule your workouts ahead of time as well. Having a friend hold you accountable will help also. Lastly, do what you love. If you enjoy your workout, you're more likely to get out there and go do it. So what's stopping you from improving your mental and physical health while also becoming a better, less stressed student? It's up to you to take the necessary steps to ensure that you're not only a less stressed student, but a more healthy and mindful human. Now here's Brittany to talk about how nutrition and stress has a profound impact on your number one asset as a student, your brain.
Thank you, Alex, for all that amazing information on getting active and being stress-free. Okay, guys, I'm positive I am not alone when I say that my brain is literally my number one asset as a student. I mean, depending on the chemicals it is producing or exposed to, pretty much depicts how well I do during my study sessions and on my exams. Today I'm going to talk to you about how the chemicals of a stressed brain affects our nutrition choices and how we could choose the right chemicals through foods in order to help eliminate stress. So how does stress affect our nutrition choices? Well, science has shown that both acute and chronic stress impairs the part of our brain responsible for logical decision making. This means that your brain pretty much goes on autopilot, and it has you choosing the muffin or the french fries instead of food that is actually good for you. Now, to illustrate this, a study published in the Psychosomatic Journal of Medicine found that students who had to create a 4-minute speech to be critiqued by their peers ended up choosing foods that were high in fat, sugar, and salt. Not only that, but they overate those foods, which means that a stressed brain may not only cause us to choose bad foods, but overeat them, which could lead to chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes. Now, I know it sounds pretty bad so far, but really there is good news because we are in control. Science has also shown that we can minimize or even eliminate stress if we choose the right foods. Now, the stressed brain is producing a ton of free radicals. These free radicals can cause DNA damage and trigger a number of human diseases. In order to combat these free radicals, we want to eat antioxidant-rich foods. Antioxidants come in and they mop up these free radicals so they can't cause cellular damage. According to WebMD, the foods highest in antioxidants are those which are colorful and come from the earth. So you guessed it, it would be the purple grapes, the blueberries, the red berries, the carrots, the dark leafy green vegetables, and just about any other fruit or vegetable you can get your hands on. I think it's important to note one last thing. With the stressed brain also comes the impaired ability for the body to regulate blood sugar. This is not only detrimental to our brain health, but our nervous system health in general. To combat this, we want to eat complex carbohydrates high in fiber, like brown rice, beans, and whole grain oatmeal. Not only that, but you really shouldn't overeat the antioxidant-rich fruits because they are high in sugar. That's not to say they still aren't good for you, but don't overeat them. Alright guys, next time you feel like you're going on autopilot as a result of stress, just take a step back and breathe. Remember you're in control, and instead of the muffins or the french fries, choose something more sustainable, like the antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables and the whole grain complex carbohydrates. Your brain will thank you, and your performance as a student, it's bound to improve. Alright, I'm passing it over to Fleur-de-Lise now. She has some awesome information on stress and time management.
Thank you for this healthy snack, Brittany. Well, part of our daily routine as students is managing our time wisely to ensure that everything gets done in a timely manner. We have to be clever with the use of our time because we have other responsibilities in addition to our schoolwork, such as our families and our jobs. According to the Institute of Women's Policy Research, there were 4.8 million parent students nationally in 2012. Also, about half of all full-time college students have jobs. Now, for many of us, if not all, balancing families, jobs, and schoolwork can be overwhelming. I used to be so stressed with everything, but I have developed my own way of balancing school and family. So, how do I manage my time to avoid a stressful and chaotic day? To start, I make sure that I have a calendar marked with important events. This includes going to the grocery store, going to doctor's appointments, doing assignments, etc. I keep this calendar on my phone, on my laptop, on the wall by my work desk, and even on the fridge. This way, I have a constant reminder of the different things I have to do. Aside from keeping a calendar, I also prioritize on a daily basis. I often check my calendar to be reminded of the various things I have to do. And because I am a mother, my entire day is filled with various tasks such as cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, taking care of the kids, and homeschooling them. But I always set aside 2 to 3 hours during the day to do some of my schoolwork and then finish up at night when it's more peaceful. Another thing I do to manage my time effectively is utilizing any available time between chores to do some of my schoolwork. Let's say I have to take one of my kids to the doctor. Well, if you're a parent, then you're aware of the long waits in the lobby and/or exam room. So, I use this wait time to read my books, jot down ideas for writing assignments, or do research. Not only have I accomplished my duty as a mother, I have also done some work to get caught up or get ahead in my classes. So as you can see, I have developed my own time management system to avoid a stressful day of compounded schoolwork and other responsibilities. Let's face it, y'all, we're no longer kids whose only concern is to have fun or wait for the dinner to be served. We are now adults striving for a better future. Managing our time wisely and prioritizing is the key to a successful day and success in class, which leads to a successful future. Now, time management and prioritizing can help us avoid stress, but we must not forget that getting a good rest is also very important. That is why Ciara is going to talk to us about the importance of getting a good night's rest. Oh, here's your pillow, Ciara.
Thanks, Flor. Being college students, we all know how sleep deprived we can get. But did you know that according to BrendanGale.com, that being extremely sleep deprived can actually cause us death? Yes, I am just as surprised as you are. Well, today I'm going to tell you how important it is to get an adequate amount of sleep at night. If we get inadequate amount of sleep at night, we actually cause more stress to ourselves, we get an increased risk of getting sick, as well as increased risk of getting lower grades. And we don't need any of that. So, first off, let's talk about how less sleep causes more stress. It causes more stress because the less sleep that we get, the less that we actually fall asleep. We don't tend to fall asleep at a normal time each night, I'm sure. Some of us go to bed at 8, and then 10 the next night, and then 2 o'clock the next morning, and then again at 6 o'clock the next night, just because we're so tired. So if we don't get that consistency of sleep every night, then that pretty much creates insomnia. And I'm sure we all know about insomnia. And that just leaves us to worry more and more about our work. Second, not getting enough sleep increases the risk of us getting sick. The body needs to recover and fight off infections that we get. And in order for that to do that, we need to treat our body right. We need to let it get enough sleep in order to do so. Because it needs to relax and it needs to rejuvenate for the next day. It needs to be able to fight off those infections whenever we do get sick so that we're not sick for that long period of time. And then we're really not getting any schoolwork done whenever we're sick. Third point, not getting enough sleep lowers our grades. It lowers our grades because we're not able to remember properly. With not getting a consistent and accurate amount of sleep at night, we study, but do we really remember it all the next day or the next time that we have a test? Not really. We need to be more focused on it. And whenever we don't get enough sleep, we fail to be focused and we're just too tired to even remember. So, as you can see, sleep plays a major role in helping us to succeed as college students. If we do not obtain the proper amount of sleep at night, we increase the amount of stress that we have, we increase the risk that we have of getting sick, as well as lowering our grades. So it causes us to worry, it causes us to not get any work done, and in the end, it causes us to not get any downtime in order to really focus on what we're doing with our school. So we don't want to perform these actions that lead to pretty much death, because we really don't want that in the end. We want to be able to succeed as college students. As long as we take care of ourselves, we got nothing to worry about, and we will be successful college students. Oh, and that reminds me, I need to call Ethan. Hey Ethan, how's your vacation going?
Yeah, I'm so ready. The beach is calling my name. Alright, I will. Thanks. Okay, bye. Sorry about that. That was my friend Sierra telling me I need to get plenty of sleep before I leave for vacation later today. Whether you're like me and you prefer a warm beach, or if you prefer a historically rich vacation like you'd find in Europe, time away from life's usual responsibilities is crucial for students. In order to be successful as a student, diligence is required. Along with diligence, ambition is needed. After day in and day out, students can begin to lose that same determination they began the semester with, and stress will inevitably fill that void. Sometimes a break is necessary. To begin, there isn't much more important regarding your physical health than the condition of your heart. And time away has been proven to benefit heart health drastically. A study I found illustrates this point. Ciccone et al. Suggests that men who frequent annual vacation are 32% less likely to die of heart disease than their counterparts who forego vacation. With women, it's the same story. Women who take vacations every 6 years or less are 8 times more likely to develop coronary heart disease than their counterparts who vacation twice every year. That really brings to home how important this issue is. Stress kills, and we all need to prioritize time off. Along the same lines of health, your mental health can be improved as well. I know I, for one, feel more positive and have less negative feelings after a vacation. Another thing I've experienced is I have more energy and have more life satisfaction after time off. Who doesn't want those things, right? And finally, we've all heard the saying, happy wife, happy life. A study published in the Journal of American Medical Association suggests that marital satisfaction actually increases with the number of vacations taken. So your honeymoon shouldn't be your last trip away with your life partner. Another benefit of time away with family and friends are the great memories that are created. Some of my most fond memories are from time away. And we can use those memories in techniques to help decrease stress when we're back home. To cap it all off, time away can benefit not only your heart health, but also your mental health and your relationships. If you were at all hesitant before this to give yourself a break, hopefully I was able to convince you to take a vacation. Can you take it from there, Sia?
Sure thing, Ethan. We've learned how important it is to our health and overall well-being to take proactive steps to prevent, reduce, and eliminate stress in our daily lives, so that we can thrive in our academic endeavors as well as in our personal and business ones. It takes some planning and effort, but the results are worth it. For example, eating healthy food and taking time to be active on a daily basis gives us the energy that we need to complete our assignments and study time. In my personal life, I've recently started a diet and exercise routine that's helped me begin to lose some weight, as well as feel more in control over my bodily health. Improving my health this way has helped me get new clarity and focus. I can remember deadlines, stay on task, and really get things done. My self-esteem has also taken a bit of a boost. All of that means that my mental and physical comfort are at their peak when it's time for me to really dig into my ASU coursework. Eating healthfully and getting plenty of exercise helps me stay motivated to do my very best at everything on my to-do list. Speaking of to-do lists, when we thoughtfully and carefully plan how to use our time, we can avoid overloading our schedules with too many commitments. And we can do better at completing our homework, quizzes, and other class projects in a timely manner. I've personally found that tools like digital checklists and Google Calendar make it so much easier to stay on top of everything that's going on in my head. Seriously, from kids' playdates, my midterms, my husband's studio days, my editing work, and the dog's vet appointments even. It's exhausting to remember so much. There are even nights where I have to stay up and write out checklists of everything going through my head so that I don't stay up and worry needlessly over things I might have forgotten the next day. And on that note, that's something else we need to keep in mind, is that getting plenty of rest, from nightly sleep to regular family time, even vacations, is really important to preventing mental and physical burnout, because we get the breaks that we need to recuperate from all of our hard work. I personally can't stay up too late anymore working on assignments. I'm getting too old to pull all-nighters. But when I do stay up late, I try being the operative word here, to take a nap the same day to make up for the lack of sleep. And there are days when, I realize, well, I can't go on vacation with my family, we can't afford it, but I try to find peace and relaxation at home, and we try to make our environment here something conducive to that. But there are still days where I get distracted or restless, and I can't bring myself to work on anything. When that happens, so long as I don't have an upcoming deadline, I'll let myself take the majority of the day off. I might even call in a favor from a neighbor to watch my kids so I get alone time to do things around the house, or meet up with friends I haven't seen in a long time. I try to prioritize that form of self-care so that I don't get overwhelmed, stressed out, and dysfunctional. Our ability to succeed as students is dependent on our ability to manage the stressors in our lives. Knowing what coping techniques help us to do better, whether that's healthy eating, working out, time management, better sleep, or time with family and friends, we can use those methods to our advantage to take better care of ourselves and to support others in their endeavors too. I hope our presentation has inspired you to do a little more preemptive self-care to help you manage your stress more effectively from now on. Thank you.